Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ogbanje Joseph. Please subscribe to this channel, share, like, as well as drop a comment on the comment section. So today we're going to be looking at Vision 2020 in Nigeria, as well as the features of national planning. Vision 2020 in Nigeria, as well as the features of national planning. Now, for the Vision 2020, Nigerian leaders, under President Olusegun Obasanjo, have added Vision 2020 to one of its endless search for appropriate development strategy. The objective of the Vision 2020 is to make Nigeria one of the first 20 economies in the world by the year 2020. To actualize this lofty dream, Nigeria's GDP per capita must grow at an incalculable rate that is different from the present, from the then present, from the then 0.8%, from 750, from $750, to 3 to 30,000 US dollars at least, and the GDP of those countries, that is over $29,000. Nigeria wishes to displace, that Nigeria wishes to displace and or join must stop growing. Now they grow at what? At 2%. Okay. Now the rural areas in Nigeria must be transformed from age-long poverty and misery centers, to urban status of world standard. Nigeria's education, health, power, agriculture, manufacturing, and other sectors must receive such miraculous boost that in 10 years' time, the country will compare with high income, nations in all development respect. Nigeria must move from its 158th, position by 2007. Okay, by 2007, that is according to the UNDP Human Development Ranking, to the first 20 position in the world. Nigeria's Vision 2020, like other development plans and initiatives, is nothing but a mere vision until it is realized. At present, that is, as at the time, this as at the time of this report, Nigeria, at best, with hunger and starvation, dilapidated road network, poor power supply, underdeveloped rail system, and insecurity of lives and property. In Vision 2020, is Vision 2020 attainable under, even the present state of affairs? Based on the previous experience of the failures in Nigeria's development plans and initiatives, the Vision 2020 is bound to fail. Because of course, what Nigeria has actually been very good at is that they are very good on paper. Nigeria is a giant on paper, but a Lilliputian when it comes to actual implementation and reality. Now let us look at the features of national planning. Some of the most important features of national planning are as follows. National planning has been adopted in different parts of the world for various reasons. In socialist countries, where there are state-owned means of production, planning has become an institutional need, while in capitalist countries where private ownership exists, that is laissez-faire approach, it is necessitated for the use of resources. So in less developed countries or in developing countries, it is favored to overcome the bottlenecks and the bringing all-round development. Okay, after World Depression, national planning has become the darling in underdeveloped countries of the world. The most cherished features involved, involved in a good national planning are as follows. Number one, definite objective. Now, the most significant characteristics of economic planning is that it should possess definite objectives. Now, planning means conscious and deliberate undertaking for a definite objective. For instance, economic planning has the objective to accelerate the rate of growth, elimination of trade cycle, bringing the stability and attain full employment in an economy. Okay, number two, central planning authority. The existence of central planning authority is another feature of economic planning. This central planning authority is responsible to prepare different schemes of development and coordinating the various activities. The central planning authority takes all decisions relating to production and consumption in an economy. The next one is democratic character. Another pioneer feature is its democratic nature. No doubt, various plans are prepared by experts, but at the same time, adequate opportunities are provided to the people, to actively participate at various levels. Being federal structure of Indian constitution, the union government only uses its fiscal, monetary, and physical controls, to guide and give direction in consequences, in consequence with the 5-year plan. That is India. Okay, even in Nigeria, even in some other countries where you have such central planning. Now, the next one is, the next feature is that advisory role of planning. So planning is just an advisory role. You understand? So in the decentralized setup of planning commission is the apex body. It provides the necessary perspective guidelines and coordination. Furthermore, it serves as a close link between different agencies so that functioning may be smooth. It is this In this regard, planning commission is an advisory character. Okay. The next feature of national planning is comprehensiveness. Another important characteristics of planning is its comprehensiveness. Okay, that is comprehensiveness in scope. A central planning authority takes all decisions regarding production, consumption, and distribution. Thus, it must cover the entire economy, which must be comprehensive in scope. In other words, planning must be effective so that the planning of one sector may not be nullified by the absence of planning in other sectors. The next one is planning for consumption. Now, in a centrally planned economy, it should not be confined to production alone, but at the same time, it must cover the distribution and consumption also. In other words, the planning authority should not decide what and how to produce, but it must keep in mind and decide accordingly, among whom it is to be distributed. Now, the next one is rational allocation of resources. Generally, in underdeveloped countries, available resources are scarce, and these resources are allocated in such a manner as to get maximum social welfare. It needs to fix up priorities relating to economic development. Thus, allocation of resources in accordance to these fixed priorities. These scarce resources are also allocated to eliminate wastages for maximizing social welfare, coordinating intersectoral and international plans into a single unified unit, which in turn promotes economic development in an economy. So the last one is feasible policy and targets. A good planning is based on the initial resources of the country to achieve the feasible goals and policies. In this way, domestic resources are planned for attaining economic stability. So what I have just done is that I've talked about Vision 2020, in Nigeria. That was an economic plan, or national plan that wants to see or wanted to see Nigeria becoming one of the top 20th economies in the world. Okay. And then I also talked about the features of national planning in general. So thank you very much.